Welcome back to another edition of Voice of the Vet. And today, this podcast is going to be, or video blog, or whatever you want to call it. We have a special guest with us today. Not only is he a good friend, he's going to be a teammate. He's already a teammate in this project we're working on, and which we'll talk about that later. And he's a veteran, and we're going to talk about him, what he did in the service, what branch, and everything. I'm going to introduce you to Jorge Rangel. How you doing, buddy?
Bob.
Did I say it right, Rangel?
Yeah, just Rangel.
I just know him by George.
Yes, George.
I call him Hey You most of the time, but George works too.
Yeah, nice to be here.
Good. Well, I'm glad you're here, man.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Yeah, he was supposed to be here. Well, he was here earlier. I was supposed to be here earlier today, but no, I got caught up with another, talk to me type thing. But it was good. It was all really a nice situation.
Good, good.
But anyway, tell us, what branch of service were you in?
I was in the U.S. Navy, military police, from '93 to 2017. So I retired, reserves.
I don't have my Air Force veteran hat here. He said Navy.
Navy, fellow squid,
Most of the guys in here are from the Navy, and I always give them a hard time.
Yeah.
So you were military police?
Yes, military police, stationed in Coronado, San Diego.
Oh, nice.
Did a Westpac on the U.S. Kitty Hawk.
Oh, sweet.
So I did my 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
Oh yeah. We drank a lot of strange beer with strange women and strange ports.
It's the Navy. It's the military. That's what I have to say. Good. So how long were you in the service?
Well, I was special. I had the 2-year program. Back in the day, from 93 to 95, it was called the apprenticeship program.
Okay.
I went in 2 years, and if I wanted to re-enlist, I could, but if not, then I got out.
All right.
Moved to Vegas in 97.
97. All right. So you saw some pretty decent things that were changing at that time.
Yeah. The Navy was changing, the military was changing, and so when I knew that I didn't want to be stuck on a ship, so I said, you know what, I'm gonna start college. So I took all my benefits, moved from San Diego to Las Vegas, and started school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did you get your degree?
Well, no, because
yet.
I went for 2 years, and then I got hired with the Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department.
Well, he went to be a police officer because he was in military police in the Navy. Go figure.
Yeah. Once I got hired, I was like, why continue with my education?
Well, yeah, you don't have time.
No.
I mean, you got to be on your toes.
Yeah.
As a former police officer myself, I know.
Okay.
I mean, my kids took up all my time, and that's the most important thing to me. And then, working on the road, you got to be on your toes.
Yeah, you got 12-hour shifts, 3 days on, 4 days off. It's a hectic schedule.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
No time for school.
Oh, no.
Now, maybe.
Well,
maybe. I said maybe.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that point in a minute about what he's doing now.
Yeah.
So now you were with 20 years with Metro?
19 years.
19.
I bought a year so I could have a hard 20.
Oh, nice.
But I have 20 with PERS, but I completed only 19.
Okay. You 20.
Yeah, 20. I could have done 20, but I decided to buy time so I can do my own thing.
Good.
Yeah.
And so now you're retired from Metro.
Yes.
And what are you doing right now?
Well, I'm also retired military reserves.
Okay.
So I retired in 2017. Have 20 with them, 20 with Metro, and then I'm working with the U.S. Census as a JS11 partnership specialist. So I'm working.
And he's
from
only
home.
23 years old. I mean, isn't this amazing?
I'm 45. So I work from home, and my whole thing is to develop partnerships with local community leaders to promote the census and to promote how important it is for the 2020 census. So we make sure that the county gets a full count in order for us to have the proper funding from the feds.
Good. And George initially met a friend of ours, Andre Haynes, the Armed Forces Chamber of Commerce. And he goes to Andre and said, listen, here's the deal with the census. I want to get you guys involved and get vets. I'll get it. And,
It's work.
Does that work?
No, it's fine.
George has got 2 phones. One for play, one for work, right?
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, he went to Andre Haynes, who's the chairman and CEO of the Armed Forces Chamber of Commerce, like I said. And now we're working with you, and because I'm with the chamber as well. And we got people that were having meetings, getting ready to do what we're going to do. And poor people, they made me chairman of that group, and boy, they had for a rude awakening.
It's a lot of work. So it's a complete count committee. So we're helping them to form their complete count committee so they can target the veteran count. So whenever the census in 2020, we can make sure we get that group counted.
It's a great job he's doing. The thing about George, everything that he does, he does it all out. Not only is that the right way to do it, but I'm sure you learned a lot of that from the military.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you get a veteran and working for you or doing work with you, count on them because they will do the job. And I can't wait till we get this next project going, which we'll talk about later. But
Okay.
George is involved in that, and I'm very, very proud to have him as a teammate on this. And because we're going to bring in a lot of vets to do work, and it's going to be amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely
Sounds
amazing. So now, what is the program you're working on right now?
Well, so I started my own business. It's called Veteran Strong Consulting. And the whole concept is to educate and help veterans file solid claims so the VA cannot deny the claim and all veterans get their full entitlements.
Okay, perfect. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to stop right here, and this will be the end of part 1. And we're getting ready to do part 2, and that's when George is really going to explain what he does because it is amazing. So we'll be right back. Stay tuned. Okay, we're back with Jorge Rangel of Veteran Strong Consulting. And Mike just hit the camera and it moved, but we're okay. Yeah, weep, weep. All right, so here we're back with George again. And on part 1, we touched on what he does with Veteran Strong Consulting. And I got to tell you, during the break here, he showed me some of the things that you have.
Oh, yeah.
My God, is this guy organized. The way to get things done with him is so efficient. He's got the answers. If he doesn't know the answers, I bet you kind of do, so you know where to look.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it's just amazing. So we talked a little bit about how you reach him, and it's veterans. Correct me if I'm wrong. VeteranStrongLV.com.
Yes, correct.
Okay, that will be right down here.
Yeah. And
you see it over here in front of George. You're going to see his logo right now. And I like to do that because it's a little fun.
Oh, yeah.
But you can tell we like to have fun on this show. But talking with George and looking at the clients he's got, the inroads he's making with the other organizations out here, you got a retired Metro police officer that how many Metro guys you got signing up with you now?
I got at least 12 to 13.
And it's how long you been doing this now?
3 months.
3 months.
3 months. Yeah.
I know I've met some VSOs out there that have been doing it for years that don't have your organization skills.
Oh, wow.
And I mean that. And
okay,
I know you've met them too.
Oh yeah.
They're like fruit of the poisonous tree type thing. But yeah, there are people out there, and you got to be really careful. There's so many people out there that want to benefit off of what we did as veterans and all the disabilities that we deal with now on a daily basis. My fight is, I've said this many times, and I'll keep saying it until it's fixed. I'm listed as deceased with a VA. See, I'm a ghost.
Yeah.
But I still go monthly for my checkups and everything else at the VA hospital. So it's two different areas. It's the pension and group services and the care. The health care. And I hate to say it, but sometimes in any business, sometimes the right hand doesn't know what the left hand's doing.
Yeah.
And this may be the case now. I'm not sure, but we're going to get it resolved because I'm going to bug the snot out of him until he is alive.
Yeah.
But with George, I got to tell you, I see what he's got here in this folder and how you can contact him on the website, fill out the form. He knows what to do and what he can do for you once he gets it. And to do what he's done in 3 short months is incredible, to say the least. I'm loving this, man. This is outstanding. When you get a chance to meet somebody that has their stuff together, or as normal people would say, like we do, has his shit together, it's really a good feeling. And, it never ceases to amaze me. Every time I talk to you, you've got something else going on with your company.
I'm always all on it.
Yeah, and you got meetings set up with other organizations. He's not just knocking on the door; you're kicking that door down. And he's right through there, which is cool. So vets, you got to look at this. VeteranStrongLV.com, and look and see what George has got for you in there.
Also have social media, Facebook.
Oh yeah.
Veteran Strong Consultant, and also Instagram. Veteran Strong LV Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, and you'll have all that information.
Yes.
We'll put it up here on the site, and also on, this is going to be on George's own page, because you have pictures
Yes.
of you when you're in service.
Yes.
Yeah, give them to me and
Okay.
I'll scan them. We'll have a photo album for him too, so you can see what George looked like when he was in the service.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Did you have hair?
Not thinner. That's hair.
You see my pictures when I was, wish I had even anywhere close to that waistline.
Okay. Yeah.
Not no more. But anyway, show me that folder again. We talked,
Yes.
and it blew me away. Now we're talking product placement here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I'll put it over here. But that's what happens when you get old. You gotta take your glasses off to see up close. But when you first go to your website and you hit that button to contact
Free
you,
evaluation. Yes.
evaluation, you get this form to fill out, and it asks all these questions that you need to know.
Yes.
Now, just from what I've seen here today, let's forget about what I know about George and see his work and everything else in the past. Just from what I see here today, he's more organized and together than a lot of VSOs that are making big money from the VA or the state or something like that. Mm-hmm. They don't always know or do what they say they're going to do. And I'll vouch for George, the voice of the vet will. And once you get to know the man behind the curtain here, you'll know what we're talking about. It's just incredible. But name, address, birth date, all that stuff, email, and you only ask for the last four of the Social Security number, right?
Last four, yeah.
Yeah, and that's what at vets, as you know, when we go to the VA, they're always asking you what your last four are. That's all you need to know. And have you ever filed a VA disability claim before? Yes or no? That's simple. What branch of service, the service date, start date, the end date. What else we got here? Service entrance location, discharge location. These are all important things. National Guard, reserves, date of activation, date of separation from those.
The big one's right here.
And the big one's right there. Type of discharge.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
big.
it has to be honorable. There is way to change it if you have a less than honorable. There's
Okay.
a step and process, but it takes a lot of work and paperwork, and you still have to wait for the VA or whoever's in charge for it to change it. But there is a chance because they have determined that certain military personnel got bad discharges due to PTSD and bad choices.
Sure.
So there might be a way to.
And it's not their fault.
No.
Yeah, absolutely
No.
not. Plus, President Ford signed that memorandum in, I think it was 77, where he said the people that were in Vietnam that had these things and the PTSD and all the bad things that happened to them, they're not themselves when they went off and did what they did. You know, I mean, is it a conscious choice? I'd probably say no, because of what they went through.
Yeah.
So he changed it to where their records, their discharges could be changed. And I've actually met a guy here that happened.
Oh, nice.
And they're still giving him a hard time about getting benefits and stuff.
Yeah.
Now, can they have a general discharge under
Yes.
honorable conditions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So remember that part too. But hopefully, see, now that's the kind of information that George can help you with. Can you help them with their discharge if it's not a good discharge?
I can help them and guide them how they could request to have it changed.
Okay.
But until that changes, your hands are tied.
Yeah. Okay. All
But
right. So
at least it's a chance.
Yeah.
It's a chance.
All like they say in the cartoons. So you mean there's still a chance?
So yeah.
All right. I got grandkids. What can I tell you? I watch cartoons. So then you list your disabilities. And if you already had a claim, you list what the percentage is, right?
Well, they will put down what they wish to open up.
Okay.
Or what claims they feel that they should be entitled to, or claims that they were denied.
All right.
So it tells me a history of what they want done.
Okay. All right. So remember that. What's the last
And then
one?
the last part is, what do they have now?
Okay.
What percentage and what claims do they have that have been approved?
Now, another interesting point is, even if you have filed in the past, and like I did with mine, and I thought I had, all that to figure it out.
Yeah,
I did okay. I mean, I got some money, but not a lot. But mine was listed as non-service related disability.
Okay.
All right. Well, what I know now, oh good Lord, it's a whole different ballgame. the base I was at was highly toxic. 16 of the 18 water wells that we drank from and showered with, cooked with, whatever, they were toxic. There was spilled Agent Orange there. There was, and it got into the water system.
Okay.
And then the pesticides, herbicides, all those things they put on the golf course and around. Those are all bad.
Yeah.
So I've been informed that what I have now with my disabilities started from that.
Oh, yeah.
And there's reports out there that the government signed off on and they accepted them. So that's ammo for you.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't know that in the past. Now I do.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different ballgame now. So I will get the service related, and we'll all be happy.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
yeah, we will.
Yeah.
All right, now there's more you showed me here.
Yeah. I have statements of how every claim should have a statement. I have so many clients that come to me and they say, hey, I went to a VSO, I filed my paperwork, it was a year later, and I got all denied. And the number one question I ask them, did you file a statement of support? And they look at me like, what's that?
Yeah.
That is a statement telling the VA that's your one chance to tell the VA exactly how you feel that your disability is connected to your service time. And you put in all the stressors that they want to hear in order for you to have a solid case.
Good.
If you don't file a statement, your claim will automatically be denied.
There you go. Statements. Let them know what's going on. Take it from here and put it on paper.
And then you have your personal statement, which is your history, military history, how you was exposed, what happened, the accident. Then you also have a wife statement or somebody that can write on your behalf and can explain how you have deteriorated with your issues. So it could be a wife, a girlfriend, a son. That statement also backs you up in support of what your issues are.
Good.
Then if you had a buddy that was with you at the same base or you guys were in close relationship, he can also write a statement to explain how he has seen you be affected by these disabilities. So those are all backing toward the claim that you're submitting, and you have to have it.
There you go. Statements, 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 because the more you give them, the better it is for you. That buddy statement is really important. The relationship, the wife, girlfriend, mother, father, brother, sister, daughter, son, if they witness anything, it's always good to put it down. Okay. Now, all right, so they've given you everything that you need.
Yes.
What do you do from that point on?
What I do is I also research case studies. Case studies that medical researchers have developed cases to determine what is connected from one disease to the other. So what contribute to your disability. That also shows proof that out of a targeted group that they studied of veterans that have found that PTSD does have connections to major depression. So that also backs up your claim. So whatever injuries you have or whatever disabilities you're trying to file, we try to find claim studies.
Okay.
And that also backs you up. We also ask for if you have any outside medical doctors where you've had your diagnosis as a second opinion.
Yes.
Because now we're providing them second opinions from your own paid insurance or the people that you went through. And that just shows you that, hey, I'm not just making this up. I have been self-treating myself.
Yeah.
Because the VA has not acknowledged that I have these
Yeah.
issues yet. So that's how we also help with the proof that you need in order to get the claim approved.
You see, some people throw grenades. George has got the Moab.
Yeah.
Boom!
Yeah,
he's taking care of business.
So the statement will have everything that the VA requires by law. They have to have the service connection, the diagnosis, the nexus of how everything is connected. It's almost like a paralegal. You know, when you go to a paralegal and you're going to present yourself in case, you have a paralegal write up your whole summary. That is what we do, or that's what my company does. So we put all the facts together and we make it where it's a solid case. So whenever it goes to the VA, they cannot just deny it based on you left this out, you did not include this. And I've had great results.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's outstanding. Is there anything you want to add to what we've talked about so far today?
I've been having a lot of veterans that have been to different VSOs and they think they're doing a good job, and they get that denial letter. In my personal opinion, I went to a VSO in the very beginning. I filed. I was told there was nothing wrong with me with the VA, to take some time off, and I'll be good.
Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh, but yeah, it's so common.
So the end result, I had 10% disability, and I had to use my own insurance money to prove to the VA that I had a bad bag and bad incidents. Used all my money, filed a new claim, filed it. I came from 10% to 80%.
Yeah, you did this yourself.
By myself. Then I filed some more stuff that was denied, and now I'm at 90, and I'm working on my 100. So,
if he can do that for himself, look at the dedication and the purpose that he has to do it for you. I can't stress that enough. That's how important this is. Like you said, if there is a VSO you're working with, that person might be a great person. They might be a very good VSO. They may not be.
Yeah.
And if you don't know all the procedures and the steps and the this and that and the BS that goes along with this thing, you could be in a lot of trouble. And the way the laws are changing now, good Lord, they're changing in the middle of the game. You know, it's like a football game. The guy catches the pass, he's running down for a touchdown. All of a sudden, the ref blows the whistle, say, "Nope, stop right now. We're changing this rule." And he's like an inch from the goal line. So, and it's some of the war stories. And come on, vets, you hear them. You may be, they may have happened to you, but it's out there. Be prepared. Like my dad used to say, the 5 P's and sometimes 6 P's. Proper planning prevents poor performance. And that's so important in everything we do. You want to be a success? Use that formula. You want success with the VA? George.
In my personal opinion, I have a client that said that they went to a VSO and they filed their claim. They did not file a statement. That's the number one mistake.
Oy.
Second, they filed it as a hard copy paperwork, which means they went down to the VSO and submitted it with a hard copy. That is the biggest no-no.
No.
Number one, it's going to take 6 months longer because now you're asking for the VA to handle that case. You're also requesting them to find more medical records, which they're never going to get.
No.
Your files could be sitting in somebody's desk longer.
Yeah.
And you wasted a whole year and plus to only be denied.
Yeah.
Now that whole entire year, you've got your high percentage and continue to get a payment for the rest of your life and got free medical treatment and free prescriptions.
Utilize that Paperwork Reduction Act program that the government says. They don't want paper. I think some of them may be allergic to paper. I don't know. I see people wearing gloves, but but use George. Use the way he does things. Do it online. Get with him. I can't stress this enough. You will be happier. The relationship you're in will be happier. Your family will be happier. There's nothing better than being happy. And when you got that money coming in every month, Lord,
it helps out.
You earned it. It's yours. Get it the right way.
And I also want to address the VSO's job is to take your file and you submit all the proof you have. He's supposed to put it all together and submit it for you. So he has full control of your claim. So you have no control. Where with my company, we educate you and consult you from start to finish. So from the very beginning of the claim process to the end, at the end, you're going to understand why everything was done a certain way.
Good.
So at the end, you're not guessing, okay, what just happened.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest problem that I love educating vets.
Sure.
Keep giving them the full power. Don't give a VSO the power to have your case and you don't know what's going on, where you are working your own case. You understand what you have submitted, what you did have and didn't have. And we show you the complete package.
Good.
So you know that when you submit it, you feel confident that you did the best claim you could.
So in other words, you use the team approach, and if you break down team properly, together everyone accomplishes more.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
All right, George, I can see by the flashing light either the battery's going to die or our time's up.
Okay.
But you're going to hear more from George, so stay tuned. George Rangel, thank you, buddy. Appreciate it. All right, look on the website. There'll be a link for George. All right, everybody have a great day. Thank you. Cool.
Cool.
All right, man.